Hi, welcome back to my channel. So I want to do a little life update with you because I haven't been on here for a minute. My Instagram got hacked. So I'm like, hey, what is the silver lining of this? And the silver lining is I can hop on YouTube and we can get a little closer. I feel like so much has changed since I last spoke with you, and I kind of just want to catch you up on my life because so many fun, good things are happening, and I love when you come with me for the ride. My 28th birthday last week. I know, I don't look 28, I know. No, I'm kidding. I've been getting Botox since I was 25. That's for a whole other video. Can I just tell you, my mindset on aging is I'm just so grateful for every year. Like every year I feel older, I feel wiser, and I feel more myself with each passing year. I was lucky enough that Prada threw me a birthday party in New York. No, I'm kidding. But I was at the Prada beauty launch day night in New York. So it was so nice because if you know, like I used to get such bad birthday anxiety and I always cried on my birthday. Like even if I was doing something fun, like it was just like I had such high expectations for myself. So like what could be better and more healing for me than having an iconic birthday, turning 28 at Prada. I would have like imposter syndrome, but I literally did not. I just told myself the key to happiness is like somewhat of delusion. I just told myself, I was like, I'm supposed to be here. I'm meant to be here. I have an invite. And I held myself with such confidence in those rooms. The craziest people were there. Sophia Richie was there. Patrick Ta was there. A bunch of actors and models were there. Like, I so easily could have just like sunk into like a what am I doing here? I don't deserve to be here type of vibe. And I just literally changed my mindset. And once you adopt this mindset, I feel like the world is literally yours for the taking. So I told myself, okay, February, I'm gonna go to Fashion Week. And then I was like unsure. I didn't know what I'd be invited to. So I was like kind of on the fence. And then I got a call from YSL Beauty that they want to bring me with them to New York Fashion Week. And I was like, absolutely yes. That is literally a dream come true. I am not that girl that like won anything in school or like had anything like really like great happen to them. So like to have this offer was so huge for me, just like so insane. Everything I've ever dreamt of was just like materializing before my eyes. I left Vancouver, I flew into New York, and then 2 hours later I was expected at that YSL event. Arrived alone. It was hilarious. I got into the Uber, there's like a bunch of paparazzi and they just like stopped taking photos when I got out. I'm spilling the real tea on this New York Fashion Week. And I get in there and I see my friend, so immediately I find her and she's like, come with me, and she takes us upstairs. She's like, this is like where the real party is at. Never would have known. If I was alone, I would have just chilled downstairs and not even known about upstairs. There were such cool people there, like Brooklyn Beckham and Nicola Peltz, just like beautiful people. And I was like, wow. Like I just had that moment of like, wow, I'm in New York, I'm in my Sex and the City era. I was Carrie at like a gallery opening with like all these cool people. I just felt like so in the moment and so like living life. It was just like the most fun, amazing experience ever, and I just totally leaned into it and let myself have fun. I don't know what it was, but like most of my 20s I always felt guilty for having fun. I felt like I didn't deserve it, and this trip I really just allowed myself to really soak up everything and just feel abundant, and my mindset has just been completely different. Jack Harlow came out and did a little rap, and I was like, this is so fun. And I'm so happy I just went for it. My anxiety tries to hold me back all the time, and I just was like, no, anxiety, like you can sit back on this one. I'm really going for it. And I just literally had the weekend of my dreams. Just let my anxiety hold me back for so many years. This is really weird that I'm opening up about this online, but I have anxiety that like I'm not gonna get enough sleep, or I'm gonna be too overstimulated and be really tired. Like that's one anxiety that I have. It was so crazy because I just feel like the whole weekend, like the more I did, the more energy I had, and if I needed to take a nap, I took a nap, and I wasn't hard on myself about that. And I realized a lot of people actually were taking naps as well. It sounds so like insane, but that's just something I get anxious about. I think the older I get, the more I kind of know myself. So I know that I needed like my own space. I know that I needed like a certain amount of time before events to like center and get ready. I always have my Open app on my phone. If you don't know Open, I talk about it all the time on Instagram. Well, I guess back when I had Instagram, and it's like this meditation app, and it has like the best guided meditations. It has a quote of the day. So I always had my Open app like on deck in case I needed it. And I got my first pair of designer shoes. Yes, they're thrifted and they're vintage, but they're just Miu Miu mules. That's really hard to say. Actually, let me go grab them. Look at how gorgeous these are. Like, Are you kidding me? These mules, insane. I love a good mule. I'm 5'6", so I love just like a little heel to give me that little oomph, but I can still like walk in them. The next day was Saturday. We were so dead tired. Like I was like full delusional. So was my friend Ro. We were like walking around the streets of New York. Like I just need a bagel. I have to tell you, at Prada, literally I look to the side and I make eye contact with my icon, my idol, Patrick Taw. I love him. Like he's such a living legend in the makeup world. I've been a makeup artist for 8 years and he is just like so incredible. His techniques are so unmatched. I remember the exact content that I made and just gave me the biggest hug and thanks me from like, he was like, thank you from the bottom of my heart for like genuinely supporting my brand. Take photos together and he's like, I love the way you do your smoky eyes. Like your smoky eyes are iconic. And I was like, best birthday gift ever. Saturday, we woke up. We were like, okay, we need like a good solid New York day. It was sunny. It was gorgeous. It was like warm in New York. And all I was wearing was my vintage fur coat. Walking around Soho, we hear like this protest and we're like, what is that? We hear it and it's getting closer and closer to us. And we look at the signs and it's literally a fur protest. Half a block away from me are angry fur protesters. Just book it. Like we run for it. And we go to San Ambrose, which is such a beautiful restaurant in Soho. Sat outside and we felt like we were in Paris. Like it was so amazing. People that looked like off-duty models like sitting around us, like being like those thin little cigarettes. And they were like, where are we? We felt like we were in Europe. And everyone was just so cool. And it was like the perfect people watching spot. The manager brings me out a piece of cake for my birthday. I'm going to insert another picture because it is so aesthetic and it's so cute. It was my favorite flavors, which was like, it was white cake with the lemon curd, whipped cream, and like a pink marzipan, and like lemon and vanilla is my favorite flavors ever. Sharing the piece of cake, we're like enjoying our meal, our super late European style lunch, and we're on like the last bite and we see the fur protesters, like they're off their shift or like done, but they're still holding their signs. And I'm just like, it's like an episode of Curb. Like I just was like, you cannot make this shit up. And then we went to Kosas that night and that was super fun as well. Much smaller, more intimate event. And afterwards we went for dinner. Dara, Tatiana, Ro, and Mary, and we had just like the best Sex in the City like girl chats. You know, like the night after in Sex in the City when they like go for brunch or lunch in New York and they're all like recapping their lives. That was literally us that night. And I just felt like so happy to be surrounded by like such amazing women and such good friendships. It was just like the best time ever. I love New York so much. As the recap of my first ever New York Fashion Week, it was so much fun. I'm so happy to get to share with you guys and I love you. Bye.